Dating is two people having an intimate relationship. If dating is having an intimate relationship, why then do people decide to date people who are already in another relationship with someone else? My name is Didi Nana. Welcome again to Real Talk. Here we do everything relationship and we keep it real. Good to have you today on another edition. And let's go for a quick break. And when we return, we'll continue. Don't go away. We'll be right back. I'm pleased to have you today. Welcome back to just join us. This is Real Talk. Here we keep it real. We say it the way it is in Real Talk. Like I said before we went on this quick break, I said dating, it's having an intimate relationship with someone else. Now, our question we want to ask today, if dating is having an intimate relationship with someone else, intimate in quotes, why then do we sometimes get intimate with someone who is intimate with someone else? Does it mean we are intimate or we are not? But to discuss here with me today, I'm not alone. I have my co-host here all the way from Milan, Massive Mac. Massive Mac, good to have you here today. Always looking good.
Yes, good to have you, BD. BD, good to have you. And beautiful topic you have there.
Thank you
Go
so
well.
much.
Thank you.
Now, today is question. I'm going to be asking question. Now, Mike,
Hmm.
they say dating is two people having an intimate relationship.
Mhm.
That is what dating is all about. Two people having an intimate relationship. So my question is today, if dating is two people having an intimate relationship, why then do people get intimate with someone who is already intimate with someone else? That brings me to today's topic, which means dating married people. Why
Hmm.
do people date married people? So please, can you do justice to that first?
Um, Beautiful topic, like I said, and very deep, very controversial too. Um, yes, dating married people. It has been happening from the from time immemorial. We've had relationship like that. It is actually illegal from the legal perspective. It is illegal. Having a relationship with a married man or a married woman is illegal. Let that be known. BD, let that be said out loud. Um, yes, while there may be the legal cases against anybody that has that, also traditionally it's not right, but it's happening. It's happening, and sometimes you wonder why it happens. So this is where we find ourselves. Some ladies will actually tell you they enjoy dating married men. Yes, they do. They say so. They tell you they enjoy it, they prefer it. The young boys are too, blah, blah, blah. Yes, there's something that also must be said. Um, a married man, most times, is a very matured man. He understands um, how to engage with the other gender, and he understands also situations and things. So he comes in a very matured way, and many young girls, ladies, like that pack that personnel. So yes, that married man is matured. He knows how to handle situation. He understands things. He knows how to engage. So most times the ladies, he becomes an eye for for ladies. So, but like I said, it is wrong. It is illegal, and it goes against a lot of principles, biblical, cultural, and every other thing. So, but we find ourselves in this journey, and sometimes you begin to ask, why do ladies also like to be in this kind of relationship? So we might look into some other factors that are there, and look also in the other aspect of it too. There are advantages and disadvantages in everything,
Now,
in every
before we go on that, I want
yeah.
to get down to what you said.
Mhm,
Most ladies say they treat women well, they are matured,
mhm, mhm.
things like that. Now, a married man is a married man. He doesn't have
Married man.
anything. He doesn't have anything to offer you. So if he is coming to a single lady or even another married man, he must bring something to the table. Do you understand?
Mm, that's
So he
correct.
must bring something to the table, and that thing he brings, he must bring to the table that will get your attention is one of those being treating you well, being tolerant with you. Do you
Hmm.
understand? So I
Yes.
think ladies should not be deceived by married men being matured, being tolerant.
Mhm.
They have nothing for you. So they must bring something to the table. So those are the things they're bringing to the table. So me, I don't see it as something special. Or what do you
Mhm.
before we go on, will
Yes.
Sir George just enter the studio? Sir George, all the way from Toronto. Good to have you here, Sir George.
Such a pleasure joining you guys
Mhm.
on this wonderful topic. Hi, Mark, and hi, BD.
Hi,
And viewers from
Georgie.
Good
around
to
the
have
world
you.
and those from Toronto, we just want to welcome you to the show.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
welcome you. So, Massive, before I did that
Mhm.
little interruption, so you
Yes.
understand what I'm saying now? You
Very
said
well. Very well.
they behave
Very well.
matured, their tolerance, they must bring something to the table. And that's one of those things they should bring to the table. So, anyone that is sensible should not be deceived with that. Or what do you
Yes,
make of that?
anyone that is sensible should not be seen with that. But like I said, there's something that causes this eye-catching thing on the married man, um, and that is like the words, the list I pulled out. The married man understands, he's married, so he understands the female, the women, the old lady, life experiences. So he knows how to navigate. He knows how to um, keep that engagement going on, and ladies like such men, and I also talked about the married man, because he's a married man. No, let's keep using that word married man. um he has passed a level where he doesn't see things as petty as these young single guys see, you know. And so all these are the eye-catching thing, the eye-catching factors these ladies see on this married man, and they feel, wow, this is what I want to be in. So, but like you've just said, it's not right. We also said, yes, legally in a court scene, it's an illegal thing to do all over the world. You know, I think in all parts of the world, you can't be in a relationship with a married man. It could bring warrant some legal issues on in that. So, but it is those factors that these ladies see, and it draws them to these men. But as we dive in, we'll bring out some reasons why it's not a good option. I mean, it can never
It's
be
okay.
the best option.
That's a
Thank
nice
you.
one. Now, Sir George,
Hmm.
thank God you already know what we're talking about. We're talking about dating married people. Now, in
Yes.
our society today, it's like it's becoming a norm. We see married men in like in my own society, they will tell you that any married man that does not have a side chick will not be a happy man. And when I look at them, I was like,
Mm,
what? Now, and it's like the married men and the married women are rubbing shoulders this time around in my society. The married women, they are coming up on that game. They are actually coming up. Now you hear some men tell some women, men tell some women, oh, I don't love her. If I'd met you before I got married, I would have married you. You're my type. You see here the ladies telling the men, oh, they married me out when I was younger. I didn't love her. It's my parents, my family was owing money, so they have to force me to marry him. So, so they tell them all these petty things, and they feel justified to for the
Mhm.
woman to be dating a married man, or the man to be dating, or the girl to be dating a married woman. So it's becoming a culture in our society today. It's like it's no longer a long thing. So, well, you don't need to hide it. So it's a norm. So even in our society today, if you said you don't date married men, or you don't date married women, they will see you as, are you trying to be more righteous than every other person? So how do you classify this into what we are discussing today, Sir George?
Well, the fact is that we've come to the stage in our world today where we call black white, white black. We call good bad and bad good. There's a cliche. If you want to express something that is so good, then you will say, "Wow, it's so bad." That means that it's really, really good. And these are the things that are happening in our world today. The fact of the matter is that dating a married person under certain culture, not all cultures, because if the Muslims, they marry several wives and they're allowed to date until they get married. So that's permitted among their own. But culturally and traditionally, from where we are from and many other cultures around the world, it is considered an abomination for you to start dating outside of your marriage, or the individual that is dating you can be considered a very low class individual in that type of attitude. But the fact is that, the only motivation, or the only motivation that I see for young people, especially, to start dating a married person, is economic gain, is material gain. And that's really the beginning part of it. Now, there are, we can put everything in one box because there are so many things that could happen. People marry the wrong person. People marry Jezebels. And this is the truth, whether we like it or not. And some women marry the wrong person, like bullies and people that are so, so messed up psychologically and mentally that they will go outside there. Something outside might attract them. And that is one of the major problems. But if you see two people that are very happy together and that fulfill each other's desires and whatever the marriage is supposed to offer to each one, you will see that the attraction out there is no longer there. And even when the attraction comes, to them it's like, why am I going to start eating from the plate to the ground? Because they feel like they have the best. And that's exactly the key there. So now there are, other issues. Any person, any woman that is dating a married man, from the very beginning onset of it, you are destroying your life because you are sowing a seed that you're going to reap later, a seed of time, a seed that is going to catch up with you later. And that is number one, because you are only a 10%er to the married man. And what do I call a 10%er? 10%er is the wife is 90%. There might be only an area, 10% that the wife is lacking, and that man finds it in you. You are like a spare tire that is hidden in the boot of the car, can only be brought out when things are not working right. That's who you are as a woman that is dating, a young lady that is dating a married man. And then they will lie to you. They will tell you all kinds of stories. They will tell you sad stories about their marriage, about their relationship, why they are not happy in it. And you also will fall into it. But as long as there is that material gain, most of them will stay there. And it's rampant in Nigeria now, simply because of the economic condition of Nigeria. You see young ladies that graduate from university, they can't find a job. Maybe they're living with their uncle or living with somebody else. And they need necessities in life. And someone is offering them something that might help them out. They might begin, feeling guilty about this situation, but eventually they finally fall into it. And that is what is happening around. And the reason why a lot of people are not feeling so bad about it, and it's so common in the world, is because of the time we're living in. In this end times, they say that the love of many will wax cold. Yeah, it's all about you. Am I getting any satisfaction? But you see, what happens, a lot of people that get into this type of relationship, they are lying to themselves because that man is not going to leave his wife, whether you like it or not. And they will tell you all kinds of woes, all kinds of situations that is so bad in the relationship. But that man knows that he got 90% at home. You just like a spare tire. And that spare tire is only used when the main tire is messed up. And they bring it out and they put it in there and quickly remove it again. They can take you out anywhere. They buy you things, to keep you there. And they can even get jealous if you start dating other men or seeing other men or be interested in the other man because they want to tie you there. They want to have their cake and they want to eat it too. That's what dating a married person is all about.
But in some cases too, George, in some cases too, some ladies do this for their own thrill. What I mean by that is some ladies also understand all these background issues you have laid out. The man is just doing it for his own pleasure. He's 90% into his family. They know all of this. So, but she still wants to get into this for her own thrills. So, I've had ladies say, what excites them the most is dating a married man. Yes, I've met a couple of ladies back in school and even in town, around town. So they say these things, and so they don't care the implications. They don't care what it involves, what he's doing. They know there's the other woman, and they are just by the side person. And the man has his children, and they know all that. In fact, sometimes they know more than the man even. They can even tell the men what their wives are up to, what their kids, So they do it for their own thrill. It becomes.
Okay, you have to ask yourself this question, Massive Mark. What thrill is that they can get from a married man they cannot get from a single person? Ask yourself that question.
No,
The only
like,
advantage in dating
that's
a
why I
married
said
man.
from the beginning, there's something that attracts them to the married man.
I think it's not about the attraction, it's about who they are. It's about the ladies who they are. It's about the guy who they are. The lady who is dating a married man, the guy who is dating a married woman, is about them. When you don't have a self-worth, because you can't tell me that somebody would decide that he or she will be a second-class citizen in someone's life. Like Sir George said, that the man is just giving you the 10% of his life. 90% belongs to his wife.
No.
90%
Let's not put those figures, because in some cases, some men even put more to that single lady.
I might disagree with you. Forget about what they say. The some who put it, what are the percentage? Some men who put 60 or 70, what are the percentage? What is the benchmark?
Listen to this. During the COVID era, I'm giving you a clean scenario and a true story. During the COVID era, yes, there was lockdown. Lockdown meant everybody need to stay home, no movement. And the men all had to stay home. Now, do you know a particular lady came out and gave a diary of her life, and she said, this is the greatest time of her life, that she's so excited about this lockdown. She wished the government would be doing it at some point in time to keep her family together. She said the husband the only time he spends in the house is on Sunday morning. So you're talking about 90%. If this person has said the only time he sees the husband and he stays with them is on Sunday. So this man is virtually staying 90% with the single lady.
But I want you to get something.
Okay, wait a minute.
I want you to get something
straight. Can I respond to that?
Let me explain this to him. See, spending time with someone does not mean the person has your heart or your. Do you understand?
That's a different angle now. If
no. You can't because
you started with the time. The time is what I'm checking on you.
Let me tell you, majority of these men, do you understand? Establish this side chick thing to run away from home. to run away from home.
So
Now, you're
so
very,
how
very
do you
correct.
now?
Do you know
Mhm.
what during the COVID, about 65% in Nigeria, 65% of families had serious issue. We had a lot of divorcee, a lot of family people, a lot of people got divorced during the COVID because for the first time, couples are staying together. And they now
Mhm.
realize that they don't have anything that bring them together. The only thing that has been keeping that marriage was waking up in the morning and leaving the house, come back, eat, have sex and sleep. But the period they now spend time quality together, they now realize that they are not compatible, they are not bonding, and it's broke a lot of marriages. So I
Very
quite agree
good.
with you on that.
So yeah, so that being said, um, you see that these ladies, this strange woman that is creeping in, you see that she's a major factor in the man's life. Do you see now? So it's not something to put by the side and say, oh, it doesn't have time for you. No, 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 George. That's so very
You
incorrect.
I
know
disagree
what
to
you are,
that.
what, okay, hold on. What you're saying,
Okay.
Mark, is
Mhm.
1 out of every 12. That's
No,
what you're
George.
saying. No, no,
George
pay
is not.
attention. Pay attention. Pay
Okay.
attention. I'm more experienced than you in relationship. I've been married. So I
Uh-huh.
can tell you, been there,
Ah,
done that, and experienced it all. So
uh-huh.
what you are hearing is the little boxes that make a lot of noise. They are with no substance whatsoever. So what I'm
No,
trying to
no,
tell you
no,
is
George.
you hear all this. One
George is
individual, hold
you.
on, one
George,
individual
it's your
came,
own experience that you're
hold
bringing in
tight,
now.
hold tight. One
Okay.
individual came and narrating, okay, telling you, oh, I am so happy because my husband stays home now. Okay. No, but she did not tell you whether the husband is hanging out with friends, watching football, hold tight, or she did not tell you her behavior at home that is driving the man away from staying at home. She will never mention that because everybody puts their best foot forward. What I'm saying is, yes, there are situations like what you're saying, but I can tell you in the last scheme of things is very small in
No,
percentage.
no,
They
no, no,
make
George.
more
It's not.
noise
It's
than
not.
ever.
It's not.
They
It's
make
not.
more noise.
Let's not look at it like that. Or you are saying from your experience. I've been married
Oh,
too.
this is a
Let-
study that I have done,
Yes.
largely
Now,
among friends
I
and
also
even others.
cancel. I take note that I
Can
cancel
I
young
can I say
girls.
something before you could
I
continue?
cancel young ladies and married couples. For
Can
I've been
I
doing this for 22 years now. Listen to
can I say
this.
something?
So I'm
Can I say
speaking
something?
also from experience and from being there, being part of the whole thing too, not just talking with people, what I experienced myself. So now I want you to take note of this. Yes, dating a married man is illegally wrong, biblically wrong, culturally, tradition, everything you can think of. But it's happening, and it's happening in a very large scale. And the ladies have their reasons. Uh, like George said, why I came into with this force is because George said da 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 da. The man is just using you. Your 10% of no, no, no. Also, I want you to have it at the back of your mind that there are ladies in the world now, in Africa, Europe, in America, every part of the world, that wants to be in a relationship like that. That's their preference. That's what they've decided. This is how they want to live their life because they've tested the single guy, they've done all this, and they now come to this man and they now realize, wow, this guy he's what I want, even if he's married. There's movies. I don't know, you guys are not watching movies. There are movies that shows you the other side, how Stella got her groove back. Some of these films, all right, even from the United States, films that tell you how young ladies are living now and the path they've chosen to go. So it's not about them being deceived. They know what they are doing. They are eyes wide open to this thing.
Nobody
Understand?
says that they don't know what they're doing, Mark. We know that they know what they're doing. But just
Okay.
like in any society, you can see, like you go to America today, there are 300 and something, million people there. You will see patches of bad character, bad behavior, people rising up, killing people unnecessarily. That does not describe in the large scale of things, that society in any way whatsoever. You have to understand what you see, the movies you're seeing. Yes, it portrays,
Let me
that
blow
little
you
percent.
off.
Hold
Let me
on,
blow you
that
off.
little percentage of it. Get out there,
We are live.
they are
We are
there.
live. We are live. We are live, and everything we say people are listening. Right about now, we have 112 people listening.
Now, Massive Bag, can I tell you something?
Listen to
Can
this.
I ask you?
Do you know? I want to put you people on the icebreaker. This will open your eyes. Your vice president, where you are, George, Kamala Harris, was one time in a relationship like that. Yes, the vice president. I'm saying this on screen. She was one time in a relationship like that. Now, listen. And I did some search. I did some background check on that. Do you know she was? It was like something she enjoyed, and that was what put her into the ladder of power.
So
there are
the princes of England. No. Look at this. What about Prince Charles, who is going to be crowned king very soon? What about Prince Charles, who is going to be crowned king very soon? How did he get with Camilla?
Okay.
He was cheating with her until they finally got married.
And you see that
it happens.
She was very comfortable with the whole thing, even when she knew the man was married. In fact, she was there in the marriage.
Denying that it doesn't happen.
Camera caught her in Diana Charles' wedding. She was there in the front row with flower and everything, with gift, and still she was going behind after all that to sleep with the guy. So it's something that is happening. It's something that is real. The ladies know what they are doing, and it will continue no matter what we say or how we put it out. But what we're going to do is still put out the facts and what surrounds that.
But that thing you're saying is not facts, Massive Mac. Let me tell you something. For the fact that Kamala Harris was once dated a married man, and she become the vice president of America, does not make it right, or does not make it every other person will want it, or does not make it. No. I beg to disagree to this. Now let me tell you. See,
but George also gave you Charles and Camilla, your king and your prince, queen.
Okay.
No, that's what I'm saying. For the fact that they are doing it and they are where they are does not make it right.
Biddy,
sir?
Biddy. We see a whole lot of government officials stealing our money, using it on young girls and dating them. Does it make it right?
No, I'm not saying.
Okay, thank you. Wait, because sometimes you glean over this as if, it does happen. It happens in the top, it happens in the middle, and it happens below. What we are stating are facts. We are not judging anybody. We are just telling you. Even the Bible will tell you, I present to you life and death, blessing and cursing. But if you are confused, choose life that you may live. It's the choices of people. It is happening everywhere. We're not saying that they don't know what they're doing. Some enter into it out of necessity, out of difficulty. Some do. We agree. Some do even enjoy it, or even they have been so delusioned that they prefer that to any other type of relationship because this is all they know. Maybe they said when they were young, and that's delusional.
George, take note that the Bible says, "Holy water is sweet." Yeah.
Is it like
Massive
Mac, you.
Let me state something here. Massive Mac. See, it's here. Those people get some of them get involved into that. Some of them they are caught in the acts, and there's nothing they can do. Most of them, maybe they meet someone, and before they know it, they're already in love. Before they find out that the person is married. No, now let me tell you why no one would want to be a second-class citizen in someone else's life. Let me give you an example. Those people who are dating married men, those people who are dating married women, when they see them with other people, they get jealous. Why? Massive Bank, I'm asking you. If they are comfortable dating married people, if they are comfortable being a second citizen in someone's life, why is it that when they see them with another people, they get angry? Why is it so?
The reason is because everybody wants their own. Everybody
wants that's it.
No woman wants to share her man.
That's it.
No woman wants to share. If on a playground, on a level ground, no woman wants to share her man. Every woman wants to have her own man.
I'm telling you,
and the point, yes. So that's the reality of it. But also, another reality is when it happens, sometimes you see a lot of women, they tolerate it to the point of even saying, well, listen, I will take the lesser evil by staying. Do you understand what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Some women cannot stand it. But the truth of the matter is that every woman would like to have their own man onto their own person. Because don't forget, when a woman is sleeping with a man, they release all their emotions into it. A man can sleep with a woman, just physical attraction, and turn around and go home and won't even act like nothing happened. And if you're dating a married man, what guarantees you that you're the only one? If he will leave his marriage to come and join you, more than likely, when another chick comes around, he will go with that one too. And all of a sudden, you might be 3 or 4 of you. He's hiding from each one, or each one that they are the only one. So that's the major thing there. But also, there are so many exposure, when doing that into a lot of things. Because yes, it is sweet, but at the end of the day, if the situation is found out, do you think he will intentionally leave his wife and join you? You're lying to yourself. He will
Okay.
try to fix the
No
main
doubt.
tire and
No
still
doubt.
keep on
George,
driving with it,
George, no
until they
doubt.
need the spare again. So if the
Yes.
truth comes out, usually all men will fight to keep their marriage because it's cheaper to keep them. So the
It's
only
okay.
advantage I see in dating a married man is economic gain and the thrill of sweet water. Because you might get into a whole lot of other things. But the fact
What?
is, you are not number one. And
George,
9 times out of
you
10,
guys,
you can never be number one.
George, you guys need to know some things. No doubt, there are factors and there are shortcomings in that whole relationship. I'm not saying everybody should go ahead and have the single ladies should be engaged to married men. But listen,
But it seems like you're
you
enjoying
need
the
to know.
sweet water talk, though.
No. Listen, the thing is, yes, there are those factors like you're not all alone. There will be so much time to be waiting and all that. But I'm telling you, because I'm in town. I mix around. I've been places. I've met people. I'm telling you now that notion you have, George, is to an extent. There are girls that have made up their mind that they want to be in that kind of relationship. Listen, in Manhattan, there's a club in Manhattan that has young ladies that are only interested in married men. In Manhattan. In Milan, here in Milan, there's a club that has young ladies that are only interested in married men. And they've made up their mind. I'm telling you facts. I'm telling you as it is.
Why have you asked yourself why
Wait.
are
Let me
they interested in them?
uh-huh.
Have you asked yourself why are they interested in them only?
Who's interested in them?
It's like
Why
you
who?
you, you mentioned in Manhattan in Milan,
Yes.
young ladies who are only interested in married
Yes.
men. So I
No,
ask
I'm
you,
going further. I'm going further. I have friends. I have black friends, business guys, great guys in their field, and they are married, but they still have single girls that are going out with them. And in one occasion, I spoke with one of the single girl, and she said, "Mark, she's happy this way. This is what she wants. She's happy, she's fulfilled, and it's exciting." Believe me, these are her words. So
Massive man.
don't mobble up everything,
Massive
and
man.
don't be archaic. The world is changing. There's a life.
see,
There's a
Massive
massive
life
man.
that
Mike,
is
Hold on,
coming up
hold on.
now.
massive Mike.
Massive man.
Wait, I quite agree with you.
Diddy,
I,
1 second.
let
Let
me
me let
let
me
me answer
respond to him
him.
quickly.
It's okay. Oh yeah.
Diddy,
Hmm?
Go
listen.
ahead. Uh,
You see, Massive Mark is enjoying this topic so well that he's becoming a suspect. But the truth of the matter is, hold on, hold on. The truth of the matter is, yes, indeed, we don't deny the existence. After all, there are people who like to swing us. Swingers,
swingers.
has existed for many, many years. But
Apart from
you
swingers,
look
do you
at
know there are
you look
couples?
at the
Listen to this.
percentage
Listen
of
to this. Let me
swingers.
help you. Let me help you with the swinger thing. Do you know there are couples? I'm telling you, in the Western world, and I'm hearing it now in Africa, in Nigeria, in Lagos, there are couples that sign a kind of agreement that the man can go ahead and have one or two side chick, and the woman is okay with that. And in some cases here in the West, both couples signed that agreement. It's happening in the entertainment world. You know, most of the artists and musicians and stars you like, they are in two-way relationship. The man is having something, the woman is having something. I mean, Will Smith own came out to the open. Will Smith, you know Will Smith.
Yeah.
He's in a dual relationship, and it's open. The wife is going out with this wife went out with the son's friend, and the husband knows about it, and Will is doing his thing too, and they are peaceful, they are happy about it. Ty, there's a musician called Ti in America. He's in the same relationship. Many of them, Ice Cube, many of these people are in that thing.
It's
So
okay. I think we have gotten the background of this. But my own
yes.
is this. Dating, like you said, most ladies don't have an issue with it. I quite agree
Mm,
with you, they don't have issues. My question still remains, if they don't have issue with it, why do they get upset when they see that same man who they know that is married with another woman? And why do they, at certain time, they want the man for themselves? They start asking the man, marry me, I don't mind being the second wife or third wife. Why is this so? But I want to draw the curtain here. Let's go for a quick break. When we return, we'll be talking about in this, because Sir George, there's something you're missing in this our discussion. Your focus is only on men. Our focus
mhm.
is on married men, because we still have some married women who date outside. It's not just only married men. So I want us to focus on the two, both sides. So when we come back, we're going to looking at now. We've asked a single lady, they say it's the men that is disturbing them. And the men will say it's the ladies. So when we come back now, we'll be asking who is the initiator of this relationship, or
This
who is
country has
the
some of the most
offender.
extraordinary
Is it
culinary diversity in the world. I'm talking about Nigeria. This first dish is amala abula, made popular by the Yoruba people in southwest Nigeria. It starts with amala made from dried yam and then is covered in a variety of soups. Next we have ofe and sala, a white soup that is synonymous with the Igbo people of southeastern Nigeria. It goes best with fufu, or akbo as the Igbos call it. Next we have suya, the most well-known food of the Hausa and Fulani people of northern Nigeria. Meat is covered in a peanut-based powder called yaji and cooked over an open fire. This is banga and starch, a classic of the Urhobo people of Delta State. Lastly, we have onunu, a plantain-based swallow of the Izon people in South Nigeria. We are eating it with fisherman soup, popular throughout this whole region. And of course, we don't forget the jollof rice. This is popular everywhere in Nigeria. I think what makes Nigeria so great is the diversity of all the different people coming together. These beautiful ethnic groups living side by side, sharing culture and cuisine, is what makes Nigeria such an amazing country to visit. Nigerians should be so proud of that cultural heritage, as there is so much more that unites than divides them.
You're
welcome,
carried away.
welcome back? Sorry,
You're carried
welcome
away.
back. If you're just joining us, this is Real Talk. Before we went on break, we were serious out here on why dating married people, and my hosts here were like, So before I went on, I said we'll be looking at when you ask young ladies, why are you dating a married man? The married man will say it's the young ladies. The young ladies will say it's the married man. So now my question is this: a married man and a young lady, a single lady, who has something to lose when there is an issue in this relationship? Sir George.
Is very plain. I mean, we know already that. Okay, I wanted to tell you guys, because we mentioned Prince Charles and Camilla. The point about it is sometimes there are ways of people will arrange marriages where two people are not even compatible. It's just you don't know each other. Just because of that type of arrangement, you get with the wrong person, and that is one of the major issues that we are, seeing now. In the case of Camilla with Charles, they were lovers for a long time, but because their tradition and culture does not allow the king to marry a divorced woman. That was the problem with that. If not, Camilla would have been the first choice of Charles to get married to. So let's put that aside. But ultimately, it doesn't matter whether we like it or not. At the end of the day, if anything happens, the lady loses.
The
Because
lady.
the man is already, he's stable at home. He might have some emotional issues with the wife or some disagreements or something, which everybody does have. But in this situation, at the end of the day, if anything happens, the woman is losing. It's happening again and again and again and again.
The single
Because
lady loses, Sabi.
of course the single lady loses. If you have
No,
one,
no,
like
no,
for instance,
no,
okay, hold on. You know what
George,
happened? In this
never.
city, yeah, in this city where we are, there are so many married women that their husbands are in Nigeria. And you see them actually dipping into the young guys that are here. And what happened is I know one for sure. One, when the husband, he was running for governorship election somewhere. But finally, when he came and found out, some of his friends told him, he came back, weeks before. The wife thought he was still in Nigeria. He discovered what happened. He discovered what happened, that the man was, actually, the woman was actually seeing another guy. So it became a problem. But at the end of the day, this man decided to leave the woman. Do you think that that woman went back to that boy again? No, he did not. She did not. And that's how it is. If you think that he's going to leave his wife and come and join you, you're dreaming, because most of you don't even know the man to begin with. You only spend that spare time with him. You don't know the man. You don't know how bad the man is at home. You don't even know him. All you know is the time he spends with you. That is not the totality of the man. He puts his best foot forward. You don't know. So, that's the problem we're talking. We believe
It's
it
okay.
happens. It's very rampant out there, but these are the consequences people do not consider before they enter into the
To the
relationship.
relationship. It's okay. Let's hear what Massive Man has to say. Massive Man, you wanted to say
Yes,
something?
yes. I want to counter what George just said. George, George, George is the one that's getting excited with this topic. But
Me or you?
George is not George is not true. Most men, do you know? I've experienced men going into mental derangement because a girl left them. Yes. You see, you said something the other time. Somehow it's correct, but not totally. When there's that breakup, it's the men that go through more trauma than the women. I bet you they go through more emotional trauma. In fact, some of them don't get their life back again. They just get so wrapped up with emotions and anxiety and everything. You
Or
know,
is it, you mean when
so,
when
so
their side
when
chick leaves them? Is that what you're saying? When their
yeah,
side chick leaves them?
yes, when she leaves, if there's that leaving, if somebody is leaving, it is the man that uh, suffers the most. But you see, men have a way of compressing their emotion and putting it together as if nothing is going on, and that is what kills them also. That's why you have young men dying earlier. We have more men dying. The mortality rate of men is higher than the women because all these suppressed emotion and all these things. But I tell you, man, that it hurts the most because there's something he sees in that girl that makes him his side chick. So when she leaves, he's confused. He sometimes will jump into another one, but that's not the solution. So it's not like we said. We're not supporting this. We're not saying these people could go ahead and do this. This is good. Legally, I said, for example, it's wrong. In fact, in the law court, if it's brought out, the woman that side chick or extra lady gets penalized. Biblically is wrong. Socially, culture, everything is wrong. But it's happening. You see, that's the
It's
crazy
okay.
thing.
It's
Happening.
okay. Now
Okay.
we've established that it is wrong, but Massive Max still say that they are helping the family, they are helping the men. I will not forget that one. We've
Yes.
established that it is wrong for to
Yes.
date married men or to date married women. But you,
Yes.
Massive Max, established that they are still helpful in the family. But me, I
Mm.
still disagree to that. Now, generally in society, each time there is this kind of issues, married man dating married woman, they blame the single girls. Now, my question is this: when there is a relationship between a married man and a married woman, married man and a single lady, who do you blame?
Me? And you want me to say something?
Yeah, it's you.
You blame both. You blame both. You don't just blame the one person. You don't just blame the girl, because the girl might have been manipulated by the man. You know, as we are saying this, there are so many men out there that are, number one, very flirtatious. Number two, they are, very promiscuous. They go out there to do things, they cannot get enough. And most of the time, it comes from, peer group pressure, parental upbringing, all kinds of things can influence a young man to want to dip out there and continue, sowing his royal oats when he is not supposed to. So now, but what we're saying is that you blame both. You blame the young lady, whether she was manipulated or not. She's grown enough to know right from wrong, and she might not know the consequences, eventual consequences of her action, but you also blame the man. So both of them have to be blamed in my book.
It's okay. Massive, and before I come to you, Sir George, I think if you ask me, the man should be well.
We're running out of time.
Yeah, the man, because you know why I say that? The man has a home. He has a vow to protect his marriage. He has a relationship. He's already in a relationship with someone. He's already in an intimate relationship with someone. So he has broken that vow by entering into another. This young lady has nothing to lose. She has no one. You understand? She has no vow she has to protect. She has nobody she has to respect or protect. But you have a family, you have a vow, you have a matrimonial bed. So you've broken all those things and you went to another woman. If you ask me, the men are more to be blamed. Massive Mark, what do you make out of this?
I'm with you. That's all. I'm on your side. My hands off.
Yes. At the end of the day, if things are found out, yes, you're right. If things are found out, the man will have more to lose, and therefore he owns the more of the the greater sin, if we will call it that, or the greater fault goes to him, because he's mature, he has a family, he has more to lose. The young lady can get an emotional heartbreak or whatever, and they can go and find her own person if she doesn't have one already. Because some of them that are doing this, they also have side boys. They take from they take from the man and they take care of their young one that is out there. Because most of these people that are dating older people, except there is a blue pill or yellow pill or whatever, there might not be that are ultimate exuberance that a young man can give a woman. So they might have another side boy somewhere while they're dating this young guy.
I think our time is up. BD, good one. This is
now,
a beautiful.
wait, please. I want us to wrap it up with this. Yes. From all what we've discussed here now, I've come to understand that self-worth, valuing yourself, has a lot to do with you dating a married man or a married woman dating a single guy. Having a self-worth, because when you regard yourself, you will not settle for anything. You always want to be the number one in anything you do. You wouldn't want to share out of someone, or you wouldn't want to be allowed to be hidden, because when you're dating someone's husband or someone's wife, they will hide you. You will not be seen. So I think it has everything to do with self-worth, or how we pride ourselves. So in one second, let's say something about this as we close now. Massive Mark, what do you say about this?
But some people might not be on your side of self-worth. Some women actually, this is a fact I'm putting out now. Some women actually were predestined to be a second wife in a home. Yes.
Massive Mark, you don't come. Massive Mark, you come again.
I don't come.
So I tell you God now.
Listen.
I disagree with you.
So you're blaming God now, Massive Mark.
Some women are supposed to be the second wife. Some women are supposed to be third wife, fourth wife, fifth wife, sixth wife, seventh wife, eighth wife. Yes. I'm telling you people now.
I'm suspecting you seriously.
This is it.
You want to marry other women in this world?
I told you that Massive Mark is a suspect. He's a suspect.
Listen, I'm being very real. I'm not hypocritical.
No, listen.
Some women were designed to be
I understand
wife, third wife, fourth wife, fifth
I
wife.
understand where Massive Mark is coming from. But Massive Mark, I understand where you are coming from. But about predestination to be second, fourth, or fifth, or 10th wife,
Right.
I don't believe that. But listen to this, though. There was a party that I went to recently. And this lady that was catering the food came and introduced herself to me. So I'm thinking that maybe it's because, she wanted me to, know in case I wanted to buy food. No, later on, somebody came and she brought the person to me and introduced me to this young lady. And guess what? Before we ended up that night, she came to me 3 times asking me, oh, make sure you call her. She's a nice girl. You can take her out. She's very respectful. She will come, she will bring food, she will tell these things. I didn't even know. I thought, that was the sister or the niece. It was later on. Before we left, we were sitting down and talking, and then the girls kept on calling the woman, mom this, mom that, mom this. So I was out of curiosity. I asked the lady, oh, that's your daughter? Oh, yeah, that's my daughter. That's my first daughter. I'm like, okay. So I can understand where Mark is coming from in all of these things, because Mark holds that view, which is also true, that ultimately, the only thing that I can say at the end of the day, we have concluded it does happen. It is rampant in these last days, but we've concluded that it is wrong.
It is wrong. People
Right.
should stop it. Before you leave, Mike, I have a friend in Kenya. She's very rich. She already have 3 husbands. She's looking for the 4th one. I don't know if you're interested. That's it, Mike. Did you hear me?
Okay, we'll talk about that behind the.
That's why we draw the curtain today. We've had fun discussing and talking about this, and we've come to concluding that dating a married man or a married woman, it is wrong. It's legally wrong, socially wrong, physically wrong, and mentally wrong. So if you're doing it, if you have engaged in this or intending to engage in this, please stop it. It is not good for our society. If you need money, go get a job, go get engaged, earn a living, and stop dating people because of the economic benefit of it. And you, that man, stick to your home and leave those single ladies alone. That's how we'll be drawing curtain today. And it's been wonderful discussing with Sir George all the way from Toronto, Massive Man from Milan. It was nice having you guys here. So I have to say bye. See you next